Hi, I'm Andrew, and welcome to the Neon Knitter. So, this video is going to be all about the St. Cloud Spin Fest and Fiber Fair for 2024. So, I'm filming this intro and outro on Tuesday, and the Fiber Fair was on Saturday. This is just when I got around to filming, so apologies for this coming out late. So before I get into this, I am wearing my Duet tee. This is Duet by Kristen Finlay. The top here is excuse me, struggling to think of the name of the yarn. Haiku Madrona in the colorway Wild Mushroom. Excuse me. Haiku Madrona in Wild Mushroom. This bottom one is from HPKY Hand Painted Knitting Yarns. They're a company that went out of business. And this is the yarn that I bought at that event last year. So I wore this to the event, and I'm wearing it again in this video so I can stay on the theme of the event. I did not buy this yarn last year, just the variegated one. But this is Hand Painted Knitting Yarns, HPKY. Merino nylon sock in the color Ada, A-I-D-A. So, yes, that is that. So, sorry. The event is held every year in St. Cloud, Minnesota at Rocking Horse Farm. And it is always the first Saturday of June. And yeah, I've been going now. This is my 4th year going. It's only my 2nd year actually filming at it, but I've been going since 2021. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and a couple of the vendors had animals with them, but the farm itself doesn't have animals. So yeah. So I took some footage at the event, and I will be showing that now. And then when I come back, I will show you what I bought. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I bought. So, I am going to start with the thing I went there to buy, or the thing that I planned to purchase there. Now, I didn't know what I was exactly going to purchase there. I just had a pattern in mind, and I knew what sort of type of yarn I would need. Now, there weren't as many vendors this year, and as you can tell, All In Yarns was not there this year, and neither was Mode Knit Yarn. I know Mode Knit had a scheduling conflict because I was chatting with them at Shepherd's Harvest, but All In Yarns, I'm not sure why she wasn't there, but anyways. So there weren't as many hand dyers there this year. There was a lot more roving and fiber than there was actual yarn. Excuse me. There was at least a couple hand dyers. I'm blanking on the name of one of them. And then the other one was Kasha's Knits. She was there. So, yeah. So, I mean, there were still a few of the usual suspects for vendors, but yeah. Also, for the very first time this year, there was live music. Now, when I happened to film my footage, he was taking a break and he wasn't performing, so his instruments were just sitting at his tent and he wasn't there, so I didn't get any footage of the musician, but yes, it's the first year they've had that. Yeah, so, alright, let's get into what I bought. So, these are the two skeins I brought with me. I did not buy these there. I brought them with me from home. This is Round Mountain Fibers Willow Worsted in the colorway Ginger Root. 100% superwash merino, 185 yards, worsted weight. And this is Madeline Tosh Vintage in the colorway Begonia Leaf, kind of a purple. 100% superwash merino, 200 yards, worsted weight. So yeah, you guys might remember this from my Westnitz Go-To Raglan. I'm not going to get all into the specifics about this yarn, but I had to order in bulk. That's how Round Mountain sells their yarn, and so therefore I had a few extra skeins, and so I will be putting this in the project I shopped for because I have enough to do that. And then I still have a couple extra skeins to throw in another project, so yeah. But I'll get into that at a later date. So the pattern I found is the Union Square Top by Shayna Billow, and I will put a photo on the screen for you guys. So yeah, calls for worsted weight yarn. These are going to be the two stripes on the yoke. I don't remember if light was on the top and dark was on the bottom, or if it was dark on the top, light on the bottom. I don't remember right now, but I'm going to put the dark where the dark goes and the light where the light goes. So, yes. So I needed to get a main color, and so that's what I shopped for. And I thought maybe I was going to get a neutral, or I don't know, and I fully expected a bunch of the usual suspects to be there. I mean, I knew Mode Knit wasn't going to be there because I knew that ahead of time. But yeah, I expected there to be all in yarns, but she wasn't there this year, so so I had a lot less options than I expected to have. Um, so yeah, what I ended up going with was actually in the shop at the farm, their actual year-round yarn shop, Carol's Country Knits at Rocking Horse Farm. So this is not a neutral. This is another color. And I went with a burnt orange. I think that is going to pop very nicely as the main color. And I initially wasn't sure. I was just looking around at the worsted weight yarn they had. And they had a bunch of different colors of this yarn. And the gray they had, they didn't really have enough of it. But that was fine because it wasn't my favorite with it anyways. But I held this up to it, and I was initially thinking it wasn't going to contrast well with the other colors. It actually contrasts nicely with this. But I was thinking, oh, it might blend with the purple. No, the purple actually pops really well when it's held up to this. So I think that's going to be really nice, actually. And a lot of people agreed with me on that. So that's what I went with. I got 5 skeins. Now, I only need 4 skeins, but the company that made this yarn went out of business, so I made sure to buy an extra skein. They were only like $15 a skein, so it wasn't terrible. So it's not like it was going to break my budget to get an extra one, so yeah. So this is Sugarbush Rapture. Sugarbush Yarns went out of business. Yarnspirations briefly had them as one of their brands. They bought them out or whatever, but they discontinued all the Sugarbush yarns, and so that's why I got an extra one, because I know I will not be able to get an extra one in the future if I should need it, and I can always find another project for it. Sugarbush Rapture, it's obviously a worsted weight because the pattern calls for worsted. It is 50% llama and 50% merino. So, yeah, so there's a little bit of a fiber content difference. It's not 100% merino, it's 50% llama, but the color is called Fierce Flame. Fierce Flame. Let's see, it is 211 yards. So, yeah, 211 yards per skein. So yeah, I'm looking forward to knitting that, and I will hopefully be able to wear it to the event next year. That's my plan. So that is my first purchase. I made 2 more purchases. I then made a second purchase in their shop. And I don't know what project to put this in yet. Sorry, my hair was tickling me. I don't know yet what project to put this in, but I found this skein of green yarn, and I thought this green was really nice. So, I'm not sure if... So on Ravelry, it was listed as an Aran weight. I'm not sure if I can use it in a worsted pattern or not, so I'm going to try to find an Aran weight pattern. My thoughts are is that I could bring it back next year and pick the rest of the yarns to go with it, and it be a project I bought all the yarns at their store for. So, I don't know, I might hold on to this and bring it for next year. So, this is Penguin Fleur de Lane. Color number 48. And it is this Kelly green. Really pretty Kelly green color. And it has 182 yards. It's 100% wool. And yeah, I really, really like this. So, yes. So, here is my final purchase. And this is the only thing I bought from one of the vendors. Guys, after all these years of going to these fiber fairs, I finally made a purchase from Kasha's Knits. Finally. At least I assume it's pronounced Kasha. It might be Kasia, I'm not sure. And the reason I think it might be Kasia is because I was I was one day scrolling through the Minnesota Knitters Guild Instagram page, and they're the ones that put on Yarn Over that I go to in September. And they did several videos about Yarn Over, where they went to several of the different vendors and was like showing off their stuff. And they did one at Kasha's Knits, and they were pronouncing it Kasia. I failed to ask her if I was pronouncing it right or not, but so it's either Kasha or Kasia. I've been pronouncing it Kasha. I might be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Next time I see her, I'll have to ask. But yeah, next time I see her will probably be Yarn Over, I'm guessing. So yeah. Anyways, this was too fun not to purchase. Yep, this is very fun. This is hand spun. So she hand dyes all her yarn. And she does like regular yarn bases like worsted, DK, bulky, fingering, you know. But she also hand spins yarn. I'm not sure if she buys the roving already dyed or she dyes it herself. I have the feeling she probably dyes it herself. But yeah, it's from Kasha's Knits. And the color is called Sunshine Spectrum, and it has 117 yards, and it is a bulky weight. So, yeah. So, I'm going to have to find a yoke to throw this into. I'm not in a rush to find a project for this, but it was just very fun. So, I'll be finding a yoke to put this in. I did briefly look at patterns, but I don't know, maybe the pattern I am going with doesn't exist yet. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But it was very fun, and I had to have it. So yeah, Sunshine Spectrum. So I thought that was very fun. So, yes. All right. So, with that being said, that is everything from St. Cloud Spin Fest for 2024. So, I'm Andrew. Thank you for checking in here at the Neon Knitter, and I will see you in the next video.